Hello, it's David, and in this video I'm going to be demonstrating to you how to work out how many calories you need on any given day. Now, before we get started, if you give this video a thumbs up, I would much appreciate it. But without any further ado, let's dive right into today's video. And so before we start off working out how many calories you need on any given day, first off, I need you to work out two measurements. That's you're going to take two measurements for me. So first, you are going to need your weight in kilograms, and secondly, you are going to need to know your height in centimeters. Now, if you can only obtain your weight in pounds or stone, and if you can only obtain your height in feet and inches, then simply take that value that you obtain, head on over to Google, type in a converter and convert that weight into kilograms, and similarly that height into centimeters. Now, once you have those two values, it's just a case of some simple maths, which I'm going to walk you through right now. So first off, take your weight and multiply it by 9.99. So for example, this morning I weighed 91.5 kilograms, and so 91.5 multiplied by 9.99 comes to approximately 914. So I want you to first save that value. We're going to recall that for later. That is number one. Next up, I want you to take your height in centimeters and multiply it by 6.25. So I currently am 180 centimeters tall, which multiplied by 6.25 results in a value of 1,125. Now, similarly, we are going to put that number aside, we're going to save that value, and we are going to call that number 2. Okay, so next up in the equation, you are going to take your age in years and multiply that by 4.92. So to continue the example, I am 28 years of age, so multiply that by 4.92 and you receive an answer of 138. And so that is value number 3. Once again, we're going to save that, put that to one side, and now we're going to take all those numbers now and combine them all together. So now, once you've got those three numbers, I want you to take number 1 and then add number 2 to it, and then finally take away number 3. So you should have that first number, add that second number, and then take away that third number that you just calculated. And so we're almost there now. Just one little final piece of the equation to insert, and that is based upon your sex. So to that final number that we've just calculated, if you are male, I want you to add 5 to it, but if you are female, I want you to take away 161. So putting that all together, for me, I started off with a value of 914. I added 1,125 to it. I then took away 138. And then finally, because I'm male, I added 5 to it, which gave me a total value of 1,906. Now, the value that you get there towards the end is what's known as your basal metabolic rate, your BMR. That's essentially the number of calories that you need in 24 hours just for your body to sustain life. So consider yourself just lying flat, not doing anything, eyes closed, completely at rest, no digestion occurring, absolutely nothing. It's just what your body needs in order to sustain life. However, normally we don't go about our day just lying there doing nothing, eating nothing, drinking nothing. You know, we're normally moving about and at the very least doing some very basic tasks. So we want to take that basal metabolic rate and turn it into our resting metabolic rate, our RMR. And to do that, we simply multiply our BMR by 1 1.2. So if I take my BMR, a multiple of 1906, and multiply that by 1.2, I end up with a resting metabolic rate of 2,287. Now that is essentially the number of calories I need on any given day where I do not exercise. So that is essentially your baseline level number of calories that you need on any given day. However, what happens if you do some exercise on that day? Naturally, you're going to burn off some more energy and therefore need to put a few extra calories in the tank in order to keep you going. So what happens then? Well, ultimately, you just need to work out how many calories that you expend through that exercise and then add it onto your resting metabolic rate. So ultimately, there are two ways of doing this. You can either go online and use a calculator, inputting some basic information such as your weight, the intensity of the exercise that you did, and how long you were doing it for, and that outputs a value number of calories for you to add onto your resting metabolic rate. Or potentially, if you've got a smartwatch, you can wear that whilst you are undertaking your exercise, which therefore will tell you how many calories that you've burnt off, and similarly again you add it to your RMR. So at the end of the day, what you need is an estimate of how many calories that you burnt off during exercise and simply add that to your RMR. So for example, if I burnt off 400 calories going for a swim on any given day, I would add that to my resting metabolic rate of 2,287 and end up with a total daily energy expenditure of 2,687 calories. So that would be how many calories I need on any given day. If you found this video informative, then please hit the share button and share this video across your various social media platforms. Otherwise, if you'd be interested in a little bit of extra help when it comes to your nutrition, head on over to westcough.com/email and sign up for my weekly coaching email filled with nutritional insight and inspiration in order to help you stay motivated and doing the things that you need to do on a consistent basis in order to maintain a healthy diet over the long run and fuel your physical maintenance and development. Finally, I've been David Westcough. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next time.